And in the top right corner, up 2-0, is the orange Zerg player, Neuro.
And in the lower left, it is the red Protoss player. Let's see if he can run this thing back. It's PvP. We see PvP's GLGL micro already affected by the mittens, unfortunately.
It's a good reminder. What is at play here?
Do you think it was a tactic? Like, is he trying to point it out to the fans? You know, hey, look, I'm struggling here.
Oh, 100%. You don't want to go down 2-0 against anybody without anyone knowing that you are at a severe handicap.
Yeah, definitely. Especially being newly added to Root, right? I mean, you're, fighting one of these established players. You want to say, hey, look, I can hang with the rest of this team.
Very much, very true.
Look at that shiny, shiny banner. Cat's, of course, working hard on graphic design lately to redo that Root Gaming banner. Looks very nice.
It looks very fancy. Cat's definitely is a pro at graphic design, I gotta say. What are your predictions here, Aaron? Your predictions for this game?
Oh gosh, I would love to see PvP bring it back, and I always kind of root for the fans, right? You want to see the series go all 5 games if you can. Neuro has been looking like an impenetrable wall, though. I mean, he's just too consistent with getting information.
Yeah, especially since his vision's so limited.
Right, yeah. I mean, it's significantly harder, right? But he somehow is making it work.
Yeah, it seems like a normal game, just watching as an observer. I mean, you guys must have been watching my games earlier in the bracket and being like, why does she have 7 drones on gas?
Yeah, that particular handicap, I expected to not be as hard as it seems like it has been for both you and Neuro.
I completely underestimated how hard my handicap was going, so that wasn't
Yeah, your handicap's pretty hard. Without the minimap, that's why I didn't build that in.
That's Kestnuts.
I don't know what I was thinking.
I thought about it twice, by the way, Kestnuts. I was like, no minimap sounds alright because you can still see everything fine. You can still use all your hotkey fine. And I was like, wait a second. I look at the minimap as much as I look at everything else. It would be too much. I used to have a dog. Well, I didn't used to. I still do. But what she would do is sit on the table, and she's a small dog, so she would be like a desktop dog, and her head would always pop up and look at me, but it would always block the minimap. So I knew what a challenge it was to have no minimap already.
It's really funny.
My cats used to do the same thing.
So because I kind of started learning this game, streaming sort of from day one, I intentionally put my Twitch chat in the bottom left-hand corner on the monitor right beside my minimap to make myself look at it even when I was bronze and not good enough to do it. And it really actually did help my minimap vision.
That's a really good idea. Excellent.
That's good thinking.
So PvP, back to the game here, guys.
Right, we should actually cast.
Actually opened up with the Stargate opening this time, something that we have been anticipating throughout the series so far. So we'll be able to do that early Oracle pressure in the beginning, try and get some drone kills hopefully, but mostly save that Oracle throughout the game for scouting.
Absolutely, and he did go Phoenix first to clear out those overlords, so I'm not sure how many of these buildings Neuro actually got vision of. We do see, of course, the Glaives follow-up, so this will be a spicy one out of PvP here. I actually really like this.
Just saw the Stargate, that's it.
So what do you guys think? Is this this looks like Oracle into Adept, maybe?
Yeah, what's
it does look like an
interesting...
Adept follow-up, to be honest. He's getting that Adept upgrade, so he's probably going to warp in a bunch of Adepts, do the shading around the mineral lines, picking up economy here and there. I'm more interested by here what Neuro's doing. He's gone for that Baneling Nest and the Hydrogen. So with highly mobile units, I should say, I don't feel like this should be too difficult for Neuro to handle.
Yeah, the other bit that's interesting is PvP has hard-walled here. He has not gotten a robo, so other than warping in right at the front of his ramp, where he's got kind of a sliver of power, he's really just kind of walking across the map here with those adepts, so I'm not sure if that's the intent of this build. Okay, looks like it was not. I was wondering about that.
I think he was a little bit too scared by Neuro's pressure. I honestly felt like he might have thought Baneling Bust or something of the sort, having completely walled himself in like this.
Right, yeah, and it definitely does delay his push.
The only thing I feel like I'm a little bit scared by Neuro here is that he doesn't... I feel like he skipped roaches altogether. And doing this is a little bit dicey for him just because, well, roaches tank against adepts so nicely. And, hydras are quite squishy.
Yeah, so I mean, really, Neuro's going to be looking to land a juicy Bane hit or two, no?
Oh, and those Bane hits just did not pull off what they meant to do.
And the remaining Banelings are caught up on his queens.
Yeah, they're all kind of fucked up here, and a lot of them aren't actually getting hit-offs. He's got 20 more Zerglings in production. Few drones going down here, but not as many as I would have anticipated thus far.
PvP did split off 2 adepts to the 3rd there, and they've been getting quite a bit of work done. But yeah, he's definitely looking to get quite a high drone count here. Drone kill count, I should say. And I'm not sure if it's going to be enough.
18 drones killed so far. 5 by the Oracle, 13 by the Adepts, it looks like.
That's crazy. I feel like Neuro was so overly droned at this point that he can still afford to lose those workers, and he's remade them, so I think he's still okay. Because he's at 43 workers to 38 of PvP. PvP only now just throwing down his 3rd base.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with your assessment there, Livibee.
Oh, thank you. Alright, finally cleaning up the adepts here in the Nax. Having to pull queens. Hydra's doing some nice DPS addition damage.
Not having
that thrown into the 3rd base here.
Yeah, PvP not relenting with this adept aggression. I was, kind of thinking that maybe he would transition here, but he's being pretty stubborn with this adept push.
Yeah, and PvP taking the supply advantage now into the game as well. A new fresh set of adepts now shading through natural, attacking 3rd initially. This is actually kind of scary for Neuro. He needs to kind of group his forces together and not to have such squishy units in the front line.
Definitely a tricky push to hold, right? PvP essentially gets to force a decision out of Neuro and take whichever half of the decision he prefers, right? We see that shade cancel.
Oh yeah. He's got adepts attacking into the 3rd base and the main here, and it doesn't look like Neuro's really able to clean it up, especially since he's not mining efficiently from any which of his bases, His main is like mining, and his natural's completely oversaturated.
Right, and a lot of this is... Yeah, and it's due in large part to the way that PvP has been so consistent at splitting his shades. He's not, shading the entire army from one base to another. He's making sure to click off a couple of adepts and say, hey, you two go see what you can get done to the 3rd, etc. And this is something that I recently learned how to do. So Protosses who might want to learn this adept style should be very mindful to kind of spread them out. Don't use them as like a bludgeoning tool where you just hit the main and you just hit the nat, etc.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to move them around constantly, picking up drones every which opportunity you get, for sure.
Honestly, I'd feel a lot worse for Neuro if he hadn't done the same thing to me earlier.
That's a very fair point. The stasis is a little bit saucy here.
Well, if we look at the supplies, it's actually PvP's double that of Neuro. So this game, further it goes, I'm just seeing it's looking like it's going to be more of a dire situation for Neuro to come back into this.
He's Bane
And the
hits.
Banelings fuzz the math a little bit.
Wow, nice trigger of the stasis right there. He saved the Bane from them.
Yeah, definitely.
If those
But-
Bane they're still a threat. They're mobile.
I just want to point out that this game would be looking even more one-sided if PvP was spending his minerals.
Oh gosh, I didn't even realize.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
he
actually
didn't
gonna say
increase
that too.
his gate
Thanks,
count
man.
after getting the third. Juicy Bane hits, but I still think PvP is going to be able to snowball this.
Yep. Adepts snowball really hard. You have to crush the first wave, or you just slowly bleed out.
It's like Neuro just cleans up an adept wave, and then a second adept wave comes through just behind it. It's so disheartening to, as a Zerg player, to feel that.
Yeah, super demoralizing playstyle to fight against.
Yeah, this feels pretty gross as a Zerg player.
Gross. I mean, it's a 3-base Protoss against not even a 2-base Zerg at the moment. I mean, he's got the 3 hatcheries, but the main isn't really mining, and the natural's kind of looking a bit how you going. The third isn't have 0 drones at it completely. So I think that this final wave of adepts might push Neuro into the GG.
I will say, you know, it's hard to pick your moment to spend the gas on a robo, but I would have loved to see a Prism with this push. I just think getting the adepts rallied out there a little bit quicker, he would have been able to close it out by now. But then again, he lets up on the pressure a little bit, and maybe Neuro starts holding these pushes. I don't know.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like if you're wearing like mittens, I guess
Very
diverting
true.
to making a warp position, just pressing AAT on the gateways adds just a little bit too much for him at this point. And whatever he's doing, it seems to be working, because it looks like we're going to be seeing a game out of these two.
Yeah, which is nice, right? We you opened the series, or you opened this game by asking me, you know, predictions, and I said I wanted the fans to win, and I think we're getting there. GG.
Yeah, we get it.